Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. You know, whenever taqwa is in short supply, people's pious restraint will not restrain them. This is when due process swoops in for the save. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that وَإِنَّ كَثِيرًا مِنَ الْخُلَطَاءِ لَيَبْغِي بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَقَلِيلٌ مَا هُمْ, which essentially means that many people, when they interact, partners in life partners, community partners, they transgress, they overstep on each other, they abuse each other's rights, except those who believe and work righteousness, and how few they are. So when it becomes even fewer, it becomes so important for everyone to be extra careful that on the day of judgment they show up with only their own personal violations, their personal sins between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the most generous. They're not violating others. At the same time, you got to protect yourself from being violated. And so the mechanisms, right, propriety, modesty, structural elements being in place is so essential in our day and age until we rebuild people's taqwa, or until we build out our own taqwa. To scaffold for us, we need these structures. And part of those are Quranic values. Quranic values like hijab, like lowering the gaze, like absolute authority only belonging to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nobody else. You know, one Quranic value that comes to mind, Shuraih al-Qadi, who was basically the judge of the Islamic courts assigned by Umar ibn Khattab himself, radiallahu an, that one time a woman came to him weeping heavily and complaining of her husband. And a good friend of his was visiting, Imam al-Sha'bi, rahimahullah, and he just, out of sympathy for the woman, he sympathized with her condition. He turned to his friend, the judge, and he said to him, "This woman has surely been abused." And so the seasoned judge turned to him and said to him, "Not so fast. Like, don't let your sense of justice be the only determining factor here." He said, "Inna ikhwata Yusuf ja'u abahum isha'an yabkun." The brothers of Joseph came to their father at night weeping. So weeping is not everything. We have to hear there are at least two sides to every story. And this is profound. Like, you think about the world of abuse, the world of violations. There are people that can weep for many reasons. Some of them valid, some of them half valid, some of them malicious. There are people who can frame others out of hatred for them in very creative ways, because they don't want to be held accountable, so they'll take advantage of their articulate, eloquent leverage against vulnerable sectors of society. On the other side, people can stoke the world's resentment of leadership in general, right? The desire to be anti-establishment. And so due process protects us from being prone to violating others, even in the spirit of justice. May Allah protect our communities and help us become Quranic in our worldviews, our lifestyles, our reference points. Allahumma ameen.